On this week's show, we're talking about over-the-air updates. We're talking about legislation on Level 3 autonomous driving in the UK, BMW 7 Series new launch, Blake's Cross, Plunkett College, Joe Duffy, Toyota and its degree programme in an apprenticeship form, Schaeffler sourcing new ways of rare oxides, and Volkswagen in Germany leasing direct to the customer. Hello, I'm Paul Callan, and welcome to this week's MotorZen news.
You could try to play it, but you're never gonna be.
OTA is an abbreviation that you're going to hear an awful lot of in the future in our industry. OTA is standing for over-the-air updates. So software updates being done on the vehicles without the car being connected, without it going to the dealership. Stellantis Group, which is made up of Peugeot, Citroën, Opel, Vauxhall, Fiat, Chrysler, Alfa Romeo, Dodge, Ram, Lancia, Abarth and DS. I think that's why they call it Stellantis Group, so you don't have the name out all the brands. But they're after doing a deal with a company called Qualcomm Technologies to access their ability to do over-the-air updates on all of their product range all over the world. So when this technology is put into place, they'll be able to do instant updates to any of their products wherever they are in the world. Volvo are also very active. Volvo and Polestar being Volvo's performance brand, are very active in this area as well. Last month alone, Volvo carried out 190,000 over-the-air updates. And the type of things you're talking about is drivetrain optimization, digital key improvements, battery optimization, infotainment, energy management. So they're all the time tweaking these systems, and I think you're going to find that they'll do a lot more tweaking on the battery vehicles, and they might even tweak them according to weather conditions and time of year. So they're going to be chipping away the whole time on doing these things to the cars over the air. A big one that's going to be noticed by the customer and the consumer is the infotainment. They're going to update stuff on the screens and that and keep them very modernised. So OTA, keep that in mind because you're going to hear it used a lot. Tesla were obviously the people that started this. Tesla were doing this from the very start. The idea that Tesla have virtually no dealerships, so the way they got around this fact was to do the OTA updates for them. But it's starting to be adopted by almost all the other manufacturers now going forward. In the UK, they issued a public consultation document in regard to autonomous driving, well certainly level 3 autonomous driving. And the feedback they got on that document was quite positive. So now they're suggesting changes to the UK highway code that's going to allow the driver to have a self-drive vehicle, they're saying you're going to be able to watch or view content on an inbuilt screen on the car. But ironically, they're saying you're not going to be still going to be able to use your phone. They're saying that this is going to be law for 2025. So the manufacturers are now coming on stream with the vehicles that have the capabilities. So as they come on stream, the law is going to be in place for 2025 to allow people. I think it's going to be only an option up to 60 kilometers an hour to be able to use the car. But you always have to be able to take control of the car in a timely manner, is what they're saying, when instructed to buy the car. BMW have just launched their all new 7 Series, and it's coming in every format. Well, I think it's every format bar diesel. So the 7 Series will be available in straightforward conventional petrol, it will be available in plug-in hybrid, and it will be available in full EV. And the thing I find strange now when I go to look at the spec for the new 7 Series is, traditionally we've always gone to look at the top end vehicle, the performance vehicle, what the figures are. Well, when you go to look at the spec on this car, you're attracted immediately to the figures that are coming off the electric vehicle, because it's using a rear motor that's producing 313 horsepower, and it's producing a front motor that's producing 258. So your 544, I think it is, brake horsepower is what this vehicle is in electric format, with a 0 to 60 of 4.7 seconds, and it's a big car. The other interesting thing that's coming off this car is that the luggage capacity, or the space in the car, is less on the electric car. I think it's 525 litres of space on the non-EV, and it's 500 on the EV. So this is what you're hearing coming back now, is that they say that when you build a car that's been designed to run conventional internal combustion engine and transmission and so on, that it's not a very effective use of space when you're trying to design the same car into an electric vehicle. And this is what they're saying, is that platforms now that are designed to be fully electric are much more efficiently designed platforms. But that one's coming down the track soon now in all formats, bar diesel obviously. Anyone that is kind of the same vintage as me and lives north of Dublin or as an area around Dundalk would be familiar with going the old road out of Dublin before the M1 came into place, and there's a workshop stroke tyre shop on that road called Blake's Cross Service Centre. Blake's Cross Service Centre is up for rent now. Really high profile location, 4 bays facing the road, 10 minutes from Swords, 10 minutes from the airport. If you could invent mechanics or manufacture mechanics or make mechanics, I think it would be a hell of a location if you had a team of people to go in there. It's available for rent now, 69,000 per year. Now sometimes I talk to country guys and go, oh, the guys must make great money above in Dublin. But when that rent figure there just suggests that you have a lot of work to do before you make any money. But having said that, it is an incredible location on the old Dublin-Belfast road. Plunkett College in Swords has always been running a pre-apprenticeship programme. Young school leavers give this programme a try with the view that they'll go on and serve their time. And some of the workshops in North Dublin and in Louth Meath area have managed to get some very good people from this programme. But they're expanding out their offering. They're now introducing a new training programme which is called Automotive Service Tech. And this is to train people up specifically to go into the fast fit industry. So as opposed to them being trained in general, they're training them to go into the fast fit type outlets. They're also bringing on an F-gas course, and that F-gas course will be a level 5 qualification, QQI level 5 qualification. So a lot of interesting stuff going on there in trying to help in dealing with the skill shortage in the industry. Joe Duffy is running its technician and apprenticeship open event at its Porsche Centre. They already employ 650 people, and they're looking to add new apprentices and new technicians. So they're opening up the Porsche Centre for people to come along and talk to them at that event. Interesting one from Toyota in the UK. They're running a project management degree apprenticeship. So you can achieve a degree with Toyota UK, but you do it in the form of an apprenticeship. So you work for Toyota in the UK, and you also do your degree in conjunction with that. So the people that qualify through Toyota's scheme end up being team leaders and senior managers. But I think it's an interesting one because it's now taking the emphasis off complete academia and blending it with work experiences and academia, which I think more and more organisations seem to go down this road. And I think it possibly gives an opportunity for people that aren't so academically minded but would like to work in the industry. Schaeffler, the name that's showing up a lot in electric motors, has done a deal with a company in Norway called Retec to get rare earth oxides from this company. Traditionally, most of the motor manufacturers are dealing with China for the rare earth components of the motors, and there's concern on a number of levels, but one of the concerns is that China is going to end up needing all its own rare earth oxides for its own motors and not going to be able or willing to supply European manufacturers. So Schaeffler is preempting this situation, but there's another side to this as well. Schaeffler are looking to achieve climate neutral by 2040, and the company Retec produces its rare earth materials with 100% hydroelectricity, so very clean energy generation, and this is now helping Schaeffler to achieve their climate neutral status for target date 2040. Volkswagen Germany has now offering the option for customers to be able to lease their ID4, ID5 and soon ID3 online. They've done a survey with their customers and 2/3 of their customers want this service. They don't want to have to go to a conventional dealership in order to arrange a lease for the vehicle. So Germany is now offering this service, and it will eventually roll it out across Europe. They're saying the dealer is still important. They're saying it's a very important point of contact. It's a very important point for the customer to get advice. It's important for delivery. And they're saying online will not replace bricks and mortar dealerships. But everywhere we go now, we're seeing this leakage of sale away from the dealership. And I think this is interesting for independent repair workshops, because I think at some point maybe the dealer will no longer need the dealerships, but certainly the need for workshops will always be there. If you could, please, we'd appreciate it if you could like, comment and subscribe, and tune in next week for the next exciting episode.
You could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain.